I think my wife cheated on me. Now she's refusing a paternity test for our child.
Yeah, in air quotes, our.
My male 44 wife, Cynthia, 41 female, and I have been married for almost 15 years. Wow. I raised her older children as my own. We have 2 kids together and one that she just gave birth to, but I won't sign the birth certificate until I get a DNA test. Wow. By the way, this comes from Miserable Street 777 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So back in 2014, we had a huge crisis due to her infidelity. You see, her affair partner was her supervisor, and I only found out when she was abruptly fired and the company filed a case against her for allegations that I won't discuss here.
Oh,
whoa.
Ooh, mysterious, undiscussable allegations. Okay.
Her supervisor was a co-defendant. She had to come clean about the whole thing, including she had an affair that lasted 2 years.
Oh.
I completely lost all trust in her. I requested paternity tests on our kids together. They are mine. Got a lawyer and moved out. Wow. I eventually forgave her and tried to move on because the pain of breaking up our family and not seeing the kids every day was unbearable. We had a very good run until now. Our relationship felt stronger. The spicy sleep was spicy.
Literally, as you said, until now.
The spicy sleep was great. I felt like she was the woman I fell in love with, and I was very happy that I had given us another chance. This is going to end so well. Years ago, her best friend, Dana, female 42, cut her off. They were friends since grade school, but Dana abruptly ended the friendship, changed her number, and even blocked me and our older kids everywhere. Cynthia expressed sadness about it for years and often talked about Dana like a true sister. When my wife got pregnant with this last baby, she got very depressed about everything. Dana was her go-to person in case of emergency, so I thought that maybe some type of closure would help. I managed to get Dana's contact information from a friend in common and asked if she'd be willing to talk. Whole chat. Contact Dana or nah.
Contact or not.
Contact or not. Contact or not. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Again, Dana kind of blocked everything, but to my surprise, she was interested. The conversation wasn't what I expected. She called me a flying monkey.
She called you a what?
Had me yawning. She called me a flying monkey.
She called you a...
Which again means someone that helps exacerbate
someone who helps the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
was gonna say-
Thank you.
Wicked.
And said I ought to be ashamed for enabling my wife. She said she was absolutely fed up with Cynthia and that she had abandoned the friendship because she got tired of feeling like a tool, always having to do favors and being generally at my wife's service. She said she was unable to share anything because my wife only talked about herself and that my wife failed to ever thank her for gifts and other things, but kept raising the bar and asking for more and more stuff from her.
Oh.
That's, dude, what is she just like giving her stuff all the time? She's like, what is this friendship?
Is that Tina again?
Tina
just keeps popping up in our stories today.
She keeps changing her identity to get more out of other people. Dana mentioned having attempted a slow fade, but my best friend Gary, male 48, stepped in and put her off tremendously. I didn't know this. I didn't know Gary was sent to make me tired, sent by my wife to talk to Dana out of restricting their time together when her best friend became distant, and that he pressured her and tried to force her to contact Cynthia, and that this resulted in a complaint against him because his messages were becoming menacing and hinted at sending her spyware?
Hey buddy, maybe get it back on the rails, dude. What are you doing?
What is wrong with everyone in OP's life? His whole circle is poisoned.
I don't know.
I know Gary can be intense, but never like this. He works in IT, so the spyware part is not entirely impossible. Dana and Gary never had any prior contact to this. Dana cut off everyone out of distrust, and because she did not pursue a complaint against him with the authorities, she sent me evidence, course case number, and receipts.
Okay. Sounds like she's got receipts, she's got evidence. Does your wife suck?
Yes.
Is that what we're looking at right now?
And not in the good way.
You heard him,
For
folks.
the record.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Oh, yeah.
I'm hurt because not only did he get in trouble for trying to help my wife, but he actually got into a serious situation and it was kept a secret from me. I confronted him and he said that he was just trying to help. I was just trying to help, buddy. Sorry. I was just trying to spy on your friend for you. My bad. My bad, partner.
I'm sure a flawless impression.
Gary. Stop it.
Come on, Gary.
I confronted my wife, and she said she was desperate because Dana had always been her main support system. This did it for me. I don't care how many times my wife says nothing else is going on. I have no way to erase the idea that they might be hiding other things. The fact that Cynthia managed to get Gary to do something that he knows is illegal and that he went too far trying to please her makes me wonder about things. Also, during our entire conversation, Dana insisted that Cynthia is a black hole of a person and that she was disgusted that not only my wife had been using her for years, but would not think of anything of engaging third parties to enable herself to keep extracting benefits for whoever she wants. To make matters worse, I asked if she knew that my wife had cheated, and she said yes, and that it played a part in her disowning her. I will not even be able to go back to talking with Dana because she made it clear that she wants nothing further. Now, back in the day, I thought Gary looked off, but when I asked, he said it was about him separating from his ex and that he was bummed out. So I talked to Cynthia about it, and I told her that I reached out to Dana and what she said. She looked horrified. We went over that for days until I couldn't take it anymore, and I finally asked if she and Gary had any time of inappropriate involvement.
I have a trade proposal.
Talk to me.
I'm going to trade you what I thought was going to happen
Yes.
for what I'm thinking now is going to happen.
Please, sir.
She be cheating with that man.
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 I just thought
Wait,
she
that's
was...
a trade proposal? Then what do I get? Time out. What kind of trade is this?
I think my previous theory was that she was just generally unlikable. So I think you get that.
Where's the quid in my pro quo? Also, now I feel that maybe her depression over Dana wasn't real. Maybe she wanted to use that so I couldn't accommodate her with whatever she wanted. I requested a paternity test on the new baby, and she flat out said no, what any innocent person would do. She threatened to divorce me. This is why I moved out weeks before she gave birth. I refused to drive her to the hospital or be at the birthing room. All I'm asking is for confirmation that it's my child and she isn't acting cooperative. She tried to deny Dana's complaints to the authorities despite me offering evidence. Gary has apologized for keeping secrets, but he's denying ever sleeping with her.
I'm gonna say that that's a lie.
Ooh.
Whoa, Gary's lying. Crazy.
No, they're all telling the truth here, guys. Everyone's honest and is a good person.
Yeah. The lies from before, they don't count. They don't.
Yes.
It's just a joke.
The history cannot predict the future, right?
Yeah, no, it never does.
Yeah.
Nothing. History doesn't repeat itself.
It's the worst that history never repeats itself.
That's what they always say.
That's what they always say.
That's what I only know what they say right now because I'm not a student of history.
I'm anxious, but sometimes I get very numb and wonder if I'm being crazy. I understand that Dana was very right to act the way she did, but I have no evidence of cheating or an affair between Cynthia and Gary. This has affected my health, and sometimes I feel that the less I see or hear from Cynthia, the less chances to get an anxiety or panic attack. By the way, if you want to avoid any sort of anxiety in your life, then guys, we have full episodes of stories just like these. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast platform and type in OK Storytime. Anxiety gone. Am I right, chat? Poof, gone.
You're always right, John.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA.
They've been evaluated by me.
Yeah, which is all that matters.
Stamp of John approval. But let's talk about this. So, we got a lot going on here. Now, oftentimes in these stories, when the guy, usually the guy goes on some red pill, forums and is like, my child is not mine, and I need a paternity test.
That's exactly it.
Right? But question, dear Dakota, in this case with proven court documents. Actually,
no, I think it's like, are there possible reasons for her to outright reject getting the test, the paternity test? Like,
Yeah.
sure. But throwing the divorce ultimatum on top,
yeah.
where it's like, if it's like, oh, well, then I will divorce if we do it. Then it's like, well, then shouldn't you already want to divorce now? If you're already willing to divorce, shouldn't you just divorce because he wants to? That he brought it up? It feels like it's like a threat. So that like, stop looking into this immediately.
She's
stop,
using it.
or I'll divorce you.
Yeah, and also we've just had so many stories where, like, from like the woman's perspective, where she was like, "Hey, my husband went on the red pill forums. He's saying this," and she's like, while I am immensely offended, I want to absolutely prove you wrong. So yes, I will take the test, but it is, it's so painful that you're doing. I feel like if that was the case, I feel like her response would have been at least more like that.
Way different. It would have been it would not have been divorce. I'm divorced. No.
Yeah. No test.
No
Divorce.
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 It would have been like, okay, where is this coming from? And also, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Obviously, Opie says, my family knows that we are separated and are showing divided opinions. Some say that I'm impulsive and that I'm jumping to conclusions. They didn't know about her cheating years ago. I'm not meeting the new baby until she can prove my paternity. She's having health issues related to post-birth. I'm present for my kids and haven't skipped on my duties, but told her either to have a relative come help her out or move to their place temporarily because I will not be helping her in any way until this is resolved. She says that I'm being abusive and that being alone in the maternity ward was humiliating. Am I the a-hole? And we have a few quick edits. Edit for grammar. Nice. Edit number 2, to add that Gary hasn't been proactive and is very silent now. Edit number 3, my wife says that she won't agree to the DNA because I'm ruining our marriage. Well, we do have some comments here. Comment number 1, even if the baby is yours, you need to get therapy and divorce your wife. Your wife seems like a terrible person and Dana was right when she called you an enabler. A reply from another commenter, why would his wife refuse a DNA test unless there was a chance the baby isn't his? He needs therapy and a lawyer for sure. Another reply, if I had a history of cheating and my husband asked for a DNA test on my baby and I knew I didn't currently cheat, I'd happily do it knowing he was the father. She's a shady bee. Comment number 2, request for a judge to make her give you the paternity test and please, after that, divorce. You can take care of your children even without her. Someone replies, can you just cut a hair off the baby and have it tested? Or do you have to draw blood for these tests? Comment number 3, not the a-hole. Your marriage is over, regardless if the baby is yours or not. She is a lying, manipulative, untrustworthy person. Get divorced. Get rid of Gary too. Comment number 4, your marriage is over, dude. Get a divorce.
That sounds like us.
And
that's it.
that is the end. Your marriage is over, dude. Get a divorce.